Marxism aims to revolutionize the concept of work through creating a classless society. Marx believed in three principles. First, economic determinism. Economic determinism means to say that every aspects of our life is determined by economy. Second is dialectical materialism. Friends, dialecticism or the kind of philosophy was propounded by Hegel, the German philosopher. And in the initial phase of Marxism, this philosopher really had a great influence on Marxism. And he talks about that opposite ideas can lead to some newer knowledge. And the third thing is class struggle. I would like to say that everywhere we read in the books that Marx and his friend Engel, they found that history is nothing. It is not the struggle of the dynasties, but mass struggle or class struggle. That if one class, the poor class, struggle with the rich class. And these three philosophies, these three things, these three theories explain everything which we find in the Marxist philosophy. Friends, two terms which are very famous in English vocabulary these days, and that is, one is the bourgeois, the dominant class who controls and own the means of production, the rich people, the owners of the factories, etc. And the second word is the proletariat. It means the subordinate class who don't own and control the means of production, the working class. Today, you'll be surprised that the bank employees, teachers, lecturers, I'm not simply talking about all the labor class people, but all these people who don't have control on their own wishes and how should they work. They all come in the category of proletariat. Marx collaborated with Friedrich Engel. Their theories and ideologies can be found within three published works. I name them one by one. First is the Communist Manifesto. The second is Preface to the Contribution to the Critique of Political Economy. It was published in 1899. And the third one, the most famous, is Das Kapital. This book was published in 1867. Friends, as I earlier said, that Marx views history as a class struggle. In modern times, the bourgeois exploit the proletariat, the people who have control over the means of economy. They control the people who work for them, that is the workers. The worker is a de-skilled and he is made to perform fragmented, repetitive tasks. By contrast, in older pre-industrial or cottage industry, home and workplace were one. So satisfaction, creativity and variety was there. And today we find that though we find that a person is coming from an MBA college or coming from a great university, completing his PhD, and suppose he follows a particular syllabi prescribed by a particular authoritative body, which has its strings like puppets in the hands of the people who have there in the government. I simply want to say that almost everybody other than the state, the government, and the people who have money, all the big businessmen, other than these people, everybody is a proletariat class. Now, these de-skilled workers are called alienated, and they have undergone the process of reification. Friends, this reification is a very important term used in Marx's major works, Das Kapital. Works have become hands. Workers have become hands. A metonymic term. You can see that, suppose I own a factory and my major motto is to earn money only. Then for me, suppose a worker meets with an accident, I will not be emotionally very much compassionate for that worker because my production is affected by that. Now this shows that a worker has been relegated to the level of hands only or just a commodity. Hegel, I earlier said, was a German philosopher, influenced early Marxists with his ideas of dialectic, which means opposing forces bring new ideas. The socialist thinking during the French Revolution made Marxism invert the theory that individual economic self-interest is somewhere to bring the benefits for the whole society. And individual benefits is the rationale of capitalist economies. The simplest Marxist model of society says it constituted by a base, again a very important term used by Marx, the material means of production, distribution and exchange, and a superstructure, which means the cultural world of ideas, art, religion, law, and so on. So here I talk about base and superstructure. Base means the people who are there in the lower stratum, who are working for the bourgeois class, and the bourgeois class are the people who govern them, who make them work for them so that they can earn money. A Marxist view is that the superstructure is not innocent, but are determined by the nature of the economic base. How paradoxical it seems. The term economic determinism is a central part of Marxist thinking. Now let us talk about Marxist literary criticism. But before I start Marxist literary criticism, which I have planned that I would talk in the next video, because it is going to take almost